Let's explore the functionalities of the Boardwalk ledger, beginning with the process of storing data in Boardwalk's digital ledger. To incorporate an Excel sheet into our digital ledger, we utilize Boardwalk's link export feature. This function transfers the data from the Excel sheet to the Boardwalk database, where a cuboid is generated based on the rows and columns within the worksheet. When there is a need to reference the same cuboid or one that has already been created through another spreadsheet, the link import function comes into play. This function retrieves the most recent data from the cuboid, along with the associated coordinates, and populates it into a blank sheet, facilitating seamless data integration across different parts of the ledger. As you may have observed, creating the data cuboid doesn't necessitate any database modeling. Once the cuboid is established, there's no need to email worksheets containing data or update SharePoint locations to share information. With the data stored in a centralized database, data persistence is achieved, eliminating the need for manual sharing and ensuring information remains accessible. Now, with two users connected to the same cuboid, each having their individual copies of the data in their respective Excel workbooks, user 1 initiates changes to their workbook and submits the sheet. The submission process selectively captures only the modifications made in the Excel workbook and transmits them to the Boardwalk cuboid. While the changes were confined to the user's workbook before submission, the act of submitting integrates them into the database, appending them to the ledger and establishing a visual versioning of the sheet. Consequently, within the ledger, two versions coexist, one at time t0 and the other at time t1, reflecting the progression of changes over time. User 2, who currently has the values from time t0, wants to view the latest updates. Upon refreshing the data, any changes made after time t0 are integrated into user 2's spreadsheet. It's important to highlight that only the net changes are transferred back to user 2's spreadsheet during this refresh. Similarly, any subsequent modification to the data is also appended to the ledger, creating an additional visual layer of the data for time t2, and so on. As you may have noticed that there was no email exchange between the two users. They have concurrent access to the data all the time. Submit and refresh actions exclusively transmit and receive incremental changes, ensuring efficient data synchronization. The concept can be expanded to accommodate hundreds of users who might otherwise require manual synchronization or intricate programs developed by IT teams for the same purpose. The combined functionality of submit and refresh facilitates an automated synchronization process within the ledger. Now, let's compare the conventional file sharing approach with the collaborative methodology employed by Boardwalk. In the conventional methodology, files are stored in a central shared directory, and users accessing the data open the files from this centralized location. Users may be required to check out the file to be able to make changes and then put the file back, referred to as the checkout and check-in mechanism. Consequently, other users are unable to upload their modifications until the file is checked back in by the user who has checked out the file. This mechanism lacks isolation, meaning that simultaneous access by multiple users allows real-time visibility into the changes being made by each user. This lack of privacy can lead to overreactions, as users may react to and make decisions based on incomplete or work-in-progress changes. In this setup, users have limited control over who can see their work and when. Within the Boardwalk environment, data is housed in a central database, and each user is provided with their individual snapshot of the latest data over the internet. This enables users to work on the data concurrently and in isolation from one another. Once users complete their work, they can effortlessly share the data with others who have access by submitting it to the central database. This approach enhances collaboration by allowing simultaneous work on the data without the risk of interference, and users have the flexibility to share their contributions when they are ready by simply submitting the data. They can see all updates made to the data by refreshing their data set. Users in the Boardwalk environment can stay informed about all updates made to the data by refreshing their dataset. This ensures that they have real-time access to the latest changes and contributions made by their collaborators, facilitating seamless and up-to-date collaboration. Boardwalk streamlines change management effortlessly. Through the submit functionality, modelers can seamlessly incorporate new columns and rows, as well as introduce or modify existing formulas, without undergoing an extensive and time-consuming development cycle. Every change that is made is captured by the ledger, and the versioning mechanism captures all changes, with information on who made the change and when the change was made. The audit trail provides all the modifications made, either to the data or the formulas or the structure of the table, leading to an expedited implementation of changes, thus reducing the effort time for making a change.